We'll begin breathing very consciously, inhaling deeply in through the nose. Inhale down to your sit bones. And exhaling will constrict the back of the throat and listen to the sound of the carbon dioxide leaving the body, carrying with it toxins of the mind, toxins of the body. So inhaling deeply through the nose, down to the space between your toes. And a soft, sensuous exhale through the nose, constricting the throat, allowing the shoulders to relax. Contracting the abdominals slightly, completely evacuating the body of what is static and old and used. Inhaling deeply, calling to ourselves fresh prana, wu chi. Relaxing through the jaws, allowing the teeth to separate. And allow the pupils to float in to the third eye, which is located between the eyebrows. So we use the breath to tranquilize and quiet the mind, so we can clear away all of the noise and make room for the signals. So nice deep inhale. On the next exhale, allow your chin to fall down to your chest, but remain sitting up nice and tall in the spine. Just allow the chin to descend down to your chest, shoulders relaxed and at ease. So nice deep inhale, exhale, chin to chest, feel the opening in the back of the neck. And then we'll begin to gently roll the chin along the chest, right ear to right shoulder, and then left ear to left shoulder. So keeping the head down, so the chin should actually be in contact with the chest. And then we bring it back, right ear to right shoulder, and continue with a full rotation. So now the back of the head or the crown of the head comes back, and then the left ear comes to the left shoulder, chin to chest. So you get where we're going with this. We want 2 full rotations in each direction. Looking for any kinks, any knots that might be hiding in the shoulders and the neck. Alrighty, and then allowing the chin to relax down on your shoulders or in your chest once again. Take a nice deep inhale, draw your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, chin comes down to chest if it isn't already, and relax. And let's take some circles with the shoulders. So we have our nice little intimate pamper yoga party here today. Let's take our time and really accentuate and articulate through the body. So shoulders up towards the ears, draw them back, feel the opening across the heart space. Good stuff. And when you draw them back, you should feel the scapulas plug in towards the spine. Now reverse the trend. So we were doing shoulders back and down. Now let's do shoulders up, forward, down, and back. Stay with your breath, ladies. And nice deep inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, let them fall down like bricks all around us. Let's take our arms up towards the twilights, overhead, lengthening from the hips through the fingertips. Exhale, melt like molasses. Forward you fall, folding at the hips, staying relaxed in our thoughts, conscious in our breathing. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, surrender. Release the third eye to the mat. I'm going to come around and do some adjustments so you know I'm touchy-feely. If there's any particular issue or contradiction or constriction, just quietly let me know or jab me with your elbow with love. And I will definitely honor your intention. So So speaking of intentions, while we are down here, let's go ahead, take a nice deep inhale, and you should feel as if your back is expanding, so your rib cage is moving away from your spine. And then as you exhale, surrender, melt, let go of the shoulder tension, the elbow tension, and let's observe the thoughts in our mind. What presents itself to you? Let's set our intention for our practice today. And an intention is simply a decision on a particular matter. Let the universe know what it is that you would like to manifest or you would like to release. Chin to chest, slowly one vertebrae rolling up until our shoulders are in line with our hips and we're sitting up nice and tall. The yoga dance, yeah? So anybody feeling hips today, shoulders, or all of that? I'll give you a little bit of all of it then. Okay, so let's go ahead, take our time, shift out into a small cobra for me. So with the small cobra, elbows stay tucked into your rib cage, and we just lift the head, lift the shoulders slightly like a baby, just learning that, hey, I have control over my head and neck. Bring those toes together, ankles and knees nice and long. Think of a snake. Exhale, recoil, pull back, child's pose. Okay, and each time we come into child's pose or balasana, make a conscious effort to relax the sacrum, the lower spine, the coccyx bone, our second chakra region. So I'm going to go ahead, put a nice little pressure there, etch that into the brain each time that we come back to child's pose. Release, exhale, let it go from that region. Inhale, let's take it out, small cobra. And I think I'll get a mat and join you all too. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, small cobra. Exhale, child's pose. So close your eyes and we're just going to ride the breath, not worrying about what we look like, just enjoying what it feels like. Inhale, small cobra. Exhale, child's pose. This time we're going to come into a king cobra on the inhale. So inhale, slink out long, and this time we lift our heart, we lift our belly, bring those legs together, toes and ankles. There we go. So see if we can lift up just a wee bit more, but keeping the elbows tucked into your rib cage. And exhale, child's pose. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. So remember, Great Pyramid of Giza. We're in our triangle. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Lots of space between each phalange. There we go. And let's press down through the knuckles. So down through the knuckles, and then using the tips of the fingers, the pads of the fingertips as little suctions. Relaxing through the heels. Let's pedal it out a little bit. Dipping and shifting in the hips. Oh, yes, and using the breath. So the Ujjayi breath sounds a little bit like the vents overhead. So we hear that air passing through the vents, correct? Let's go ahead and emulate that with our breath. It's very tranquilizing, calming. Exhale, come down, child's pose, deactivate. So we shut the mind down. Yeah, starting to warm up already, like so. So we shut the mind down by just evacuating the thoughts. Once again, letting the toxic thoughts and the toxicity of the body be eliminated through the breath. Downward facing dog on the inhale, stretching out, pushing and pulling, kind of like tectonic plates, yeah? So we're pressing the crown of the head away from the thumbs, extending down through the backs of the legs. Good stuff. And shift forward into a plank position, male push-up posture, body is tight. Pull back, downward facing dog, so it's got a string. Very nice, very nice. I love it. See, I got lots of attention. Everyone looks very good. Inhale, let's slink out forward into a plank position. Body is tight and low. Very good. Exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Onto your knees, child's pose. Deactivate Balasana. Unclench the teeth. Relax your jaws. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling completely out of the nose. Inhale, downward facing dog. And let's pedal it out, add a little bit of movement, use your breath, that's your rhythm. Okay, so that is our sound effect. Every superhero has their own theme music. So your breath, your ujjayi breathing is your theme music. Oh, and I think someone here could use a little opening in the spine. There we go. And breathe. Keep stretching, lengthening out, pushing and pulling, shift forward into a plank position. And we're going to keep the elbows really, really tight as we descend down between those elbows, releasing and lifting our hearts up, dog or king cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, and enjoying the flow. Inhale, shift out to plank. Keep the core nice and tight. Exhale, descend, chaturanga. Right leg inhale, nice lift up, Adho Mukha Savasana. So really reach and extend. Press down through the left heel. Open up if you like. Touch a star. Once we grab that star, beautiful. Bring it down to the earth, stepping your right foot through your palms. High lunge, we rise. So send those Fosse fingers up, shoulders in line with the hips. Spread the toes, monkey feet, yogi toes. Use the surface of your foot. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, descend, chaturanga. Very good, looking nice. Inhale, watch those shoulders. Rise up and shine your light. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we've got another one who could just use a little extra oomph. How does that feel, Mama? Yes, it's like a little chiropractics right here in class. Left leg nice and high, touch a sky, grab a star, exhale, bring it down. Place that star gently between your palms, inhale, rise. And pressing back through the back heel. So we want to keep a nice long line. Open up the eyelid of the back leg. Good stuff. Abs in. Exhale. Forward fold. Take it down. Inhale. Step back to plank. And descend. Nice and even. Body moves in unison. Rise up. Shine your light. So shine your light. Open up your heart space. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Press the earth away. Good stuff. And let's find some energy, either hop or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, we're gonna look up halfway, back is flat, great stuff. Exhale, forward fold. And let's just hang out here. We can go ahead and put those hands underneath the feet, walking your toes up to your wrists, or grab opposite elbows with opposite palms and begin to sway in the wind like an elephant's trunk. Or you can hug your legs, show your legs and calves and ankles a little love. What I would like you to do with each exhalation, gently draw yourself into yourself. So we are closing the gap between the north and southern hemispheres of the body, and the hips are the equator. Keep pulling up through the backs of the legs from the Achilles tendons to the elbows. How are we feeling? And if we're going to sway, a little tight in the hamstrings. So breathe. Breathe some fresh energy, some wu chi, some life into those hamstrings. Now fingertips come back down, dangling by the toes, chin to chest, one vertebra at a time. We slowly rise, connecting the dots. 1, 2, 3. Take your time. So chin stays on the chest until we find ourselves in mountain Tadasana. So in light of what's happening in the world around us, we can take our pick. We can choose a particular peak of Fuji. So Mount Fuji, still regal and divine, looking over the land of the rising sun. So draw down in the back of the body. Lift up in the front of the body and open up across the heart space. Put a little tiny smile on your lips, ladies, curling up the edges of the lips. And defocus the eyes. Find a single point on which to gaze. That's your passion. Yeah, in life we have to have a passion. Something that we are willing to die for. Otherwise, life is not worth living. Inhale, scoop up the energy and take it overhead. Reach some back to me here. I can use some love. Thank you. Palms together, forward fold. Let's trace the midline of our body. Take it all the way down. Inhale, looking up halfway, back is flat. Exhale, forward fold, and step or hop back to plank position. There we go. One asana, one breath. Exhale, descend, almost kissing the mat. Inhale, lifting up, shining your light. Exhale, pushing back, stretching out, downward facing dog. Right leg nice and high in the sky. Ride the breath. Exhale, step down between the palms. High lunge will rise. Nice and steady, stay low in your lunge, palms come to your heart. Let's take a twist towards the sari, which is on the right. Good stuff. Keep those elbows, that right elbow lifted, but the right shoulder descends away from the right earlobe, pressing back actively through the left heel. Pull in the perineum. The Kegels, ladies, pull it in, tighten it up. Exhale, slowly unrevolve, arms come back up to the twilights overhead. Exhale, palms come down. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, descend. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, push back and exalt the glory of the breath. Left leg nice and high. Reaching, 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 touch the sky. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? Step down through the palms. Inhale, we rise, high lunge. Catch your breath, align your body so shoulders are in alignment with the hips, abdominals engaged, pulling in the perineum. Good stuff. Let's take our twist. Palms at our heart. We're going to move nice and long on the spine and then rotate. Right elbow to the outside. Good stuff. Breathe. Now see if you can lodge, if you've got a really great rotation, your thumbs to the center of your chest. Okay? And that, yes, definitely requires a little extra torque in the torso. Slowly unrevolve. Take the arms. Send your intentions back up to the ether. There we go. Release them. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, step back. Exhale, descend, stay strong. Hands are spread out nice and wide. And lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. And on your knees, child's pose, shut the mind down. Stay with the breath. Deactivate. Ceasing all activities, yeah? So inhaling into the upper back, feeling the wings unfurl. Right? So where the scapulas are, those are where the wings hide. Release them. And inhale, shifting forward into our plank position once again. Pull back, downward facing dog once again. There we go. Finding our rhythm. Right leg nice and high. Reaching up, reaching up. You can touch the sky. And bringing that star down between the palms. High lunge, we rise. Okay, so we're going to test our balance out, ladies. Let's see what we can do here. So we want to get some energy into this right thigh, yeah? And palms together either at your heart, or you can keep the arms extended forward, or you can bring them back behind you, and we can do a little mudra here with the hands and squeeze the palms together. Where we're going with this is Warrior 3. So when we first come into our Warrior 3, of course we're turned out and there's all sorts of funky things happening. Come on. Toes down, flex through the foot.
So I'll talk you through it. How about that?
So toes down, let's start with that. Flexing the feet so the energy is moving out of the heels, yeah? Okay, and breathe. Draw down on that left hip. So the left hip is up. Just drop it down. Pull the Kegel muscle in, pull the abdominals in. You can do it. Okay, now let's take our hands down to our right foot, forward folding, keeping that left leg extending up towards the heaven. So some people like to teach it turned under. I don't mind turning out. So if you feel the need, go ahead and turn that left hip out and walk your fingertips back to your standing leg. So we want to keep adding on. Let's go ahead, find some courage. Take your right hand, wrap it around your right ankle. Okay, find a particular point, maybe one of the bamboo knobs. Go ahead and spot that, and let's try taking your left hand and wrapping it around your right ankle. You can do it, you can do it. Find your breath, you can do it, you can do it. Hold to it, you can do it just for another single breath. And fingertips come down. Oh, you did it, even if it were just for 2 seconds, yeah? Now step back ever so gently, high lunge. So come back to the far reaches of your mat. These mats are a certain length for a certain reason, yeah? So let's go ahead and use the length of it. Exhale, palms down, forward we fold. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, descend, take it low, almost kissing and having a love affair with your mat, but it's over. Bring it up. Shine your light, expose your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg nice and high, so we keep it moving. We're finding our rhythm, and life is rhythm. Step down through the palms. High lunge, we shall rise. So we know what's coming, right? We're not going to anticipate it or worry about it, but we are going to prepare our minds for the next asana, which is Virabhadrasana 3. So choose what we want to do with our hands, either sending the arms forward, behind your back, or palms at your heart. Get some energy in that left thigh. When you're ready, find your balance. Let's tip off into our T. And breathing, listening to the sound of the ujjayi. Draw down on the hip. Flex through the foot. Energy moving out of the heel, and breathing and lengthening and breathing. Very nice. There we go. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips come down to the earth. Let's walk those hands back towards the standing foot. Keep opening up in the hip. Now we keep those thighs muscles wrapped tightly around the femur bone. Okay, and that way we're able to open up and really keep control over the right leg as it ascends up towards the heavens. Let's take the right hand, wrap it around that left ankle. Okay, first things first, clear your mind. You can do it. Mind into matter, yogi toes, monkey feet, and then when you're ready, add the second hand. Let's go ahead and choke out that ankle. Find your courage. Courage is a muscle and it must be exercised, yeah? To stay strong. Very nice, very nice. And slowly release the hands. And let's step back to the far reaches of our mat. Plants, get steady, rise, fingertips up towards the heavens. We're breathing and having fun. Yes, I see you smiling back there. Yes. Hello, this is yoga. Forward fold, step back to plank. We're not doing budget management of the U.S. federal government. Exhale, descend. Let's have some fun on this rainy Saturday and lift up. We'll meet at the dog park. So everybody come on back, Adho Mukha Savasana. And let's pedal it out. Let's move, shake, unwind the spine, wiggle the hips a little bit, roll the head, wiggle your ears. Even your nose, perhaps, finding softness and ease. Let's see, somebody else needs a little opening in the spine. Ooh, how does that feel, Mama? All right, let's see. I'll be looking for my check in the mail then for chiropractic services. All righty, step or hop elegantly forward towards the front of your mat. And inhale, we look up halfway. You can do it. Exhale, forward fold. Let's stick to it, chin to chest, one vertebra at a time, slowly rolling up and finding our way back to Mount Fuji. So let's organize our bodies. Picking up the toes and just placing them down one at a time, starting with the pinky toe, working in towards the big toe, drawing down in the back of the body, lifting in the front, scooping up the energy all around you, and taking it up overhead, sending some back to the ancestors. And drawing in their love and wisdom, palms together. Let's cloak our bodies in goodness and mercy all the way down to our toes. Inhale, we look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with your right foot. No worries, and we're just gonna hang here. Wiggle the hips a little bit, roll them, shake them out. Remember, we're getting ready for studying, law school studies, and some relaxation as well. So either event, we need our mind to be at ease. We need our emotions to be in check. So let's work with our hips and make that so. Yeah, and then we're going to bring both palms to the inside of the right foot and descend into lizard. So any class you ever take with me, you know we do lizard pose. So coming down onto the forearms, gently, gently, supporting the weight of the body, right between the wrist and the elbows. And then let's check in with our shoulders. Are we making earrings with the shoulders? If so, please draw them back, keeping the neck nice and long. Unclench the teeth. Let the tongue fill the mouth at ease. I'm going to pull you back just a wee bit here. Is that good? So we keep kind of descending down into that right hip flexor, right? We want to open up and lengthen that out. And let's see if we can curl the left leg or the left foot under just a wee bit and allow that left knee to fan away from the body. See how good that might feel, especially for my bike riders and runners. Okay. Deep breaths. It's the sound of the Force Jedis. There we go. The prana entering the body and the old, stale, static air evacuating the body, leaving. But enough of a good time, right? Let's come on up to the palms and straighten out the back leg. And when you're ready, let's whip back into plank position. Shiva, male push-up posture, dog, pushing and pulling. Exhale, descend, equal and opposites. Step or hop elegantly towards the front of your mat. Inhale, we look up halfway, finding our rhythm. Exhale, forward fold. And reverse swan dive. So back is flat, arms out to your side, and we raise the roof, reach some love back to the ancestors. Palms come together, tracing the midline of the body, coming all the way down. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, we look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step or hop back to plank position. Take another vinyasa, one breath, one asana. So we are pretty much professionals now. We know where we're going with this. Okay, left leg nice and high, reach up to the sky, grab a star, bring it down, and we're just gonna be in our runner's lunge, wiggling and rolling those hips. Let it go, unwind the spine, and when you're ready, go ahead, lizard time. It's lizard time, so we're gonna be kimono dragons or chameleons. Okay, so if you need your block, go ahead and rest down on your block. And if you feel that you really have great extension here and you're very comfortable, then let's try extending maybe the right hand forward. And you can come down on the back knee for the additional support and let the top of the foot come down as well so we get some stretch in the top of the foot. There we go. So yeah, you feel the difference there as the heart continues to melt downward. Let gravity help you out. And then retract that right hand, see what's happening on the left hand. Or if you're really just feeling, hey, I'm wide open, lay both hands out. I see that look. Not feeling that wide open today. We'll get there. Maybe next week. And then I don't recommend trying this together, especially at this point in our practice. But when you come back up to the forearms, let's go ahead and try and roll that foot out and away from the body and breathe. Okay. And let's come on up to the palms and straighten out that back leg. You ready? Here we go. Shiva. Male push-up posture. And let's take it down. Exhale, descend. Inhale, rise and shine. Exhale, come on back, downward facing dog. Step or hop elegantly forward to the front of your mat. So when our chair pose, we're gonna look up halfway. Let's get low. Exhale, forward. And then we take the arch out of the lower spine. So tuck the tailbone under, draw your abdominals in, shoulders at ease. Soft gaze, so straight ahead we find our drishti, hold our passion. Exhale, forward fold, release, shake out the legs. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle the head. Inhale, we look up halfway, back is flat. Exhale, forward fold, and chair pose once again on the rise. There we go. Now we can use our hands. Let's take a little eagle. So we'll start with the right leg, wrapping the right leg around the left. See if you can hook the right foot to the back of the left, well, you guys got it, yes, the left ankle or calf. And then we're gonna hook that right arm underneath the left arm so the elbows kind of connect. Good stuff, looking good. Send those elbows out and away from the heart. Sit a little lower, perineum pulled in, Uddiyana Bandha activated. So your entire abdominals are supporting your efforts. Beautiful, and keep breathing. You can do it. We can stay here all day. Now, releasing just the leg, we're gonna shoot back to warrior three. So find your balance, keep those eagle arms, so tipping off into your T, flex through the foot, toes down, hip down, and breathe. So if you need something to focus on, maybe it's the peacock eye straight ahead. And step down, standing tall, release the arms, coming into Tadasana. Shake it off, let it go, it's all done. That is now the pass. Let's take it up and reach some back. And palms together, tracing the midline, forward folding, blessing ourselves. Inhale, we look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop back to plank. Watch your lines. Remember, lots of geometry here. Exhale, descend. The body moves in unison. Inhale, rise up, shine your light. Exhale, pull back. We meet at the dog park. Come on, bull mastiffs, whippets, chihuahuas. Left leg nice and high. And step it to the front of your mat. Right foot comes to meet it. Inhale, we look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose on the rise. Okay, and now we give our opposite leg a chance. Do we remember? Left leg goes over the right. Okie dokie. And now sit low, squeeze tight, and that will help get a little more extension. There we go. And then left arm underneath the right. Okay, now send the elbows out, forward, away from your chest. Fingertips slightly up, gaze slightly up towards the fingertips, and hold it. Elbows in line with the knees. Breathe. And this time we try something a little different. Let's go ahead, bend forward. See if we can bring those elbows down to the knees. Control. Breathe and control. First, second, and third chakras, our earthborn chakras, are all activated, fired up. Now slowly coming back up and shooting that leg back, warrior three. It's only fair. And come on, you can do it. Get that leg just a wee bit higher, toes down, heels moving back, hip down. So let's draw down on the hip here. and keep extending out as if someone is pulling you from the soles of the feet and the crown of the head, just lengthening you out. And step down, Tadasana, release the arms. And again, shake it out, wiggle it out. And inhale, scooping up the energy all around us, reaching some back to our ancestors, calling in their wisdom and cloaking ourselves, forward folding all the way down. Inhale, we look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop back to plank position. Go ahead, take your time, do it right. Inhale, we lift and shine. Exhale, pull back. There we go. We're finding our rhythm. Right leg nice and high. Step through the palms, and warrior one, we shall rise. So in warrior one, we drop back 45 degrees on the back heel. Everyone step your left foot towards the left side of the mat. There we go. Good stuff. And let's see if we can get a 90-degree angle with that right thigh. They can take it, square the hips and the shoulders. Open up warrior two, a nice soft, sexy gaze over the right fingertips. And again, lengthening out, extending north-south, just like a radiant star, just the luminosity. Send it out into the ether, into the universe. Nice deep inhale, peaceful warrior. We're going to send a little courage, a little peace, a little organization to the revolutionaries working around the world on the behalf of freedom and democracy. And exhale, bring it down, extended side angle. So we have our modified version, elbow to knee or palm comes down to the earth. And then we'll continue to allow that left arm to ride over the left ear towards the front of the room. You can do it, adjust the hips and shoulders. So send your hip forward, draw your shoulder back. And there's a slight torque, so we're looking underneath the armpit and underneath the bicep. Good stuff. Inhale, warrior two on the rise. Nice deep inhale. It was feeling really good, yeah. Head rush. Exhale, cartwheel down. Exhale, pull back. Step back to plank. Left leg nice and high. Staying with our rhythm. Step through the palms. And warrior one, making your adjustments, so organize your body. Starting with the feet, shoulders and hips, abdominals engaged. Very conscious of how we move through time and space, right? With grace. Open up, warrior two. Shoulders are soft. Fingertips are energetic. Great stuff. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. We fan it back. Peaceful warrior. Once again, sending some love and encouragement to our friends in the East and around the world who are fighting the good fight. Exhale, extended side angle. Let's see if we can really accentuate. Now press down through that right pinky toe and just feel as if you're siphoning the energy from the earth and it's riding up the right side of your body, exiting out of these very active, energetic fingertips and breathing. Inhale, bring it up. Warrior two, soft and sexy gaze. You can do it, lionesses. Remember, it's the lioness that sides of your body. Cartwheel down. Step back to plank. Soften the face. Relax the back of the neck. Evacuate the mind. So just force quit. Shut down. Inhale, filling up the back, filling those balloon-like organs we call lungs. Exhaling, allowing a little more subtlety to enter your system. Subtle thoughts, also known as intuition. So it's in the stillness and in the quietness of meditation that the answers are revealed. So it's our job to get there. And yoga is one method. by which we achieve the quiet mind. So reaching out nice and long, we keep it moving. Bodies in motion, stay in motion. Lots of physics here. Reach long. Let's give a Shiva. Male push-up posture, just in case, okay? The Shakti is with the knees down. Shiva is where you are right now. Okay, pull back, downward facing dog. Stretch it out nice and long, lengthening, lengthening. Glutes up, so you should feel as if your cheeks are spread open and your anus is exposed to the heavens above. Sounds a little bit kinky and weird, but it's a good visual on what you should be feeling. Now press down between the index and the thumb. That's the strongest muscle in the hand, and we definitely want to utilize that so we don't jam our wrist. Right leg nice and high. We're almost there, ladies. Step down through the palms. And high lunge, we rise. And we're just going to open up our bodies in warrior two, arms towards the sari wall. So twisting, fossy-like. Yes, breathing. But now keep the body so that its hips and shoulders are mostly in alignment. Inhale, arms come forward. Exhale, palms come down. Inhale, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, we look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg comes to the back of the mat. High lunge, we rise. And let's take our fossy jazzy twist to the left. Energize out of those fingers, breathing, good stuff. And bring those arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step to the front of your mat. And we look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, chair pose on the rise. You can do it. Stoke the fires. Let's burn off those samskaras. So left elbow to the outside of the right knee. How low can you relax that shoulder? No chicken wing arms. Very expressive. Good stuff. Sit a little bit lower and let's see if we can fly. Left fingertips to the earth. Right fingertips to the heavens. Keep drawing in on the Kegel. Keep drawing in on the Uddiyana. Slowly unrelease. Coming back to chair pose. You can do it. Stay with the breath. Palms at your heart, twisting towards the blank wall. Using your breath as your guide. That is your rhythm. Your theme music, superheroes. Tushes down, abs in. Let's fly. Right fingertips down, left fingertips up, expanding, reaching. Remember, we are the stuff that stars are made of. So illuminate and slowly unrevolve. Come back to chair pose. You can do it. Exhale, forward fold, surrender to yourself. Inhale, we look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop back to plank position. And to a count of 5, slowly lower onto your belly. And then everybody, nice deep inhale.
There we go.
And then exhale, so one cheek or the other, yogi's choice. And we're gonna bend the right knee, grab onto the top of the right foot and draw that heel in towards your glute. So we just wanna get a nice stretch in the quad. You can allow that left arm just to rest along the side of your body, or you can use it as a little pillow if you like. Okay, but just keep actively drawing that heel inward towards your glute, but mindful of the knee. We don't want to compromise the knee ligaments, right? We love our knees. We love our knees, okay? And release. Enough of that. Let's try it on the opposite side. And when I'm down in this position, I like to press my hip bones into the mat while contracting the Uddiyana, so pulling your abdominals in towards the spine, but really pressing your hip bones down towards the mat, and then gently seeing what kind of extension you can get. All right, good stuff. Slowly release, or even better yet, let's go ahead, keep holding on to the left And now add the right to it. We're going to come on in for bow pose. So resting on our chin or just looking straight ahead. When you are ready, we're going to give the north and the southern hemispheres a lift, just kind of balancing again on the equator of the body. So go ahead and keep lifting as if the toes and the crown of the head are coming to meet. Let's try and keep the knees as close and in alignment with the hips as possible. And breathe. And enjoy the body rock, right? We get a little bit of organ stimulation, or at least a little massage for the organs in the front of the body. And exhale, release the legs behind you and the arms in front of you. Stay lifted for full locust. So as if we are flying, palms mirroring one another. Keep lifting and looking and squeezing. You can do it. See if we can bring the legs together and slowly let it go at ease. Wiggle the hips. Ah, and again, an audible ah. Yes, indeedy. Let it all surrender, melts your burdens away on the mat. Okay. But keep your mind focused on the task at hand here. Okay. Pull back, child's pose. Kind of let the body sway side to side a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. And let's find our way back to downward facing dog. Great Pyramid of Giza, where the glutes are the apex, strong base from the sit bones. Open up the tuchus. Sit those sit bones, marry them, stake them into the mat, flex through the feet, opening up along the backs of the legs. So the eyelids of the knees, press them gently down into the mat. Sit up nice and tall, bandha is engaged, all three, the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana, and the Jalanahara. Inhale, let's scoop up the energy all around us, sending once again those intentions out into the ether and then folding in half, leading with your heart and your throat. You send your gaze beyond the edge of your toes and reach for the edge of the feet or the toes or the ankles, whichever you like, and breathe. And once you find your edge, you play with it a little bit. See how far you can go. Take a few breaths. If there's a pulling or a contradiction in the lower spine, then you definitely want to retract a little. But we also do want to continuously test our boundaries and our limits. Don't we find that sometimes we're our own worst enemy? Saying what we can and cannot do, even before we try. So inhale deeply. Exhale, lay down your heart. Relax, chin to chest. Ease the burdens. And one vertebra at a time, slowly rolling up. Good stuff. Scooching to the middle of the mat. Let's come onto our back so you can roll down one vertebra at a time if you like. Bring your knees into chest. Let's hug the knees. Or a little happy baby, yogi's choice. And then we're going to move into our inversion. And get ready to close it down. You all have done well for yourselves, but keep your mind focused. We're still here and now. Okay? So, shoulder stand, I think that's a part of everyone's practice. We've got a few different levels of expertise here, but I believe that we are all
I'll come around and do my adjustments, but first I'd like to see where you take it and where you land. So you take flight. Now remember here, we want to bring the elbows as if they're trying to kiss one another behind your back. Walk the hands along the spine towards your scapula. Feel yourself lifting up out of the shoulder girdle, not compressing on the back of the neck because this is a shoulder stand, right? Good stuff. Now squeeze the inner thighs together and gently, subtly send your legs forward.
So towards the front of the mat, send those thighs out, and it should feel a little bit awkward, as if you are slightly off balance. So there we go. We feel the rising and breathing and breathing. And now if you want to begin to drop into plow pose, a little halasana, one leg at a time, unless you're feeling, very confident in the posture. Keep supporting your back until the toes meet the earth overhead or your mat. Very good. I need not say more. Now, the throat is very constricted. Keep breathing. Okay, keep breathing. Now, one vertebra at a time, we'll begin to slowly, slowly allow the legs to drag past the face and connect the dots, zipping the spine down on the mat. So this is going to take a lot of control in the lower abdominals. Good stuff. Another audible in order. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and do our counter. Roll onto the right side of your body. Get the left arm underneath you. And then roll over to the left side. Get the right arm underneath you as we come in for fish pose. Keeping the legs straight. Alrighty. Now there we go. We pull up in the sternum, opening through the throat. Crown of the head just grazes the mat. And we breathe. Good stuff. Take some lion's breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, tongue hangs out. So make ugly faces. I promise not to laugh at you. Allow this feeling to and release. Just let the pupils float in towards the third eye. So any final movements, twists, turns, contortions that are required, by all means, go for it. Otherwise, it's time for Shavasana, the hardest asana of them all, and you all have earned it. So arms to your side, palms up. Okay, and just taking the arch out of the lower spine, releasing any tension in the throat. Okay. And so you just want to feel the lightness of the fingers and the toes as if they are feathers. And feeling the weight of the thighs and the arms melting away from the body as the mind continues to relax and slow down. Once again, unclenching the teeth, allowing the tongue to fill your mouth. Returns to its natural, shallow rhythm. Shoulders are at ease. And the thoughts continue to slow down. And we'll gently begin to slowly reanimate the body, starting from subtle to gross. So we'll begin with the breath. So inhaling down to the space between our toes and exhaling audibly out of the mouth. Ah. Inhaling, feeling the fresh prana around the ankles and calves. Exhaling. Ah. And on the next inhale, scrunching the hands and the feet. Exhale, release all the tension back to the mat. Inhale, rolling the wrist and the ankles. And exhaling, windshield wipering the legs and our luminosity. Increasing the length of our body and our spiritual footprint. And then exhaling, knees into chest. Let's go ahead and hug those knees in. Get small like a seed. And just massaging the spine, gently finding yourself on the right side in a fetal posture, using our palms as a little pillow. And let's take a collective inhale as one to etch this feeling onto the frontal lobe of the brain. So we can take this feeling off of the mat and into the world with us when we are feeling challenged and berated, confused. We access the program. So gently coming up into our cross-legged seated position and palms at our heart in prayer, the Anjali Mudra, sitting up nice and tall, growing tall like the beautiful sunflowers in the fields of Sevilla, Spain. And we shall conclude today by bringing our palms up to our third eye. To bless the quality of our thoughts and intuitions, may they always be divinely inspired and guided. Down to our lips, to bless the quality of the words that we speak, may they be truthful, timely, yet always compassionate. And down to our hearts, to bless our intentions which govern our deeds and actions, may they always be acceptable in the sight of the divine. Inhaling down to our toes. Exhaling, let's forward fold to seal in the goodness of today's practice. We came together separate, yet as always we leave united in spirit and deed. Om Namah Shivaya, we are free and boundless. Namaste. Jai Ma. And it is done.